Drift Kings Asia, round number 2, brought to you by National Drift Series, KBS, Exquisite Motorsport Club, Retro Havoc, MAM, Land Sail, Drift Shop, Rakan Muda, Adrenaline Impact, Cargasm, Malaysia, Mandi, Madani, Wimoto. And right now, Along Fazrin is tentatively moving to the starting line. He's normally the first person there, but now he's taking it slow and steady, making sure the car is prepped and ready to go. So now we're starting the 5-minute timer for Along Fazrin. Still got some setting up issues that he's going to work on. So he's right there behind the start line, but we need to let him do what he needs to do. He's got 5 minutes to get it done in order to stay in the competition. Otherwise, Eric Ho will walk away the winner of this segment, the battle for 3rd and 4th place. Three minutes remaining for Along Fazrin. Right now, we have 2 minutes remaining and 3 seconds for Along Fazrin. Let's go. If Along Fazrin does not make it within 2 minutes, he is out. And Eric Ho will move on. Maybe there was a problem with his car in the last expedition. Against car number 87. And maybe that problem has come back to cause some issues here, although we hear a V8 engine now. Warming up his tires. I think that means we can start. And after that long wait, here we go. Along Fazrin is out in front. Erico in the chase. 130 kilometers an hour on that entry. Erico sticking quite close, but making big corrections, which means Along Fazrin will take this first half of the battle. Erico not staying quite fast enough to keep that momentum through. So very clearly, Along Fazrin wins that first half of the tandem battle. Things are looking good for him as the drivers roll back around to the starting line.
Hi, this is me after 3 months learning English braking. I'm so excited right now. My English skills have improved a lot. I can't wait to share with you guys my English learning method. I have to swear that this course is really magical to me. It totally changed me into a very confident, better version of myself. Trust me, try English braking and your English will be greater. This is a new chapter of my life. Thank you English braking for the wonderful journey.
Right now on the track, in this battle for third place, we have Along Fazrin. He'll be in the chase position. We're just checking out the track. We got a stray cone that needs to be put back. Erico and the R32 looking to do better this time around. The V8 now ticking over, working absolutely perfectly. And Erico in the R32 waiting in lead position. What's he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to keep Along Fazrin at bay? We know that Along's V8 LS2 is very powerful. But let's see what the R32 has up its sleeves. But let's see what the R32, our track, is almost ready. Judges are ready. But let's see what the R32, our track, is almost ready. Drivers are good to go. And away they roll. Out of the blocks, Eric Hoyer up in the lead. 128 kilometers an hour, max speed into that corner. Along Fazrin right on the back there, but some separations and he's changing the camera. Erico very far out in front, but Along Fazrin doing his best to claw back that space and that proximity. I think we might have a winner based on Drift King's rules. That space and that proximity. I think we might have a winner based on Drift King's rules. That space and that proximity. So our judges have made their decision as our drivers go back to the paddocks. Amrul Taufik, car number 34. So our judges have made their decision as our drivers go back to the paddocks. Manhandling that steering wheel in his brand new body kit. All limited a rock up belly. No rocket bunny, rock up belly. Close enough. And he's going to be chasing Guan Fu Sing, car number 87. Team FRT now missing a wing. No rocket bunny, rock up belly. But with added gaffer tape. And he's going to be chasing Guan Fu Sing. Let's see if Guan Fu Sing's car still has what it takes. Now missing a wing. No rocket bunny, rock up belly. But with track is clear. Marshals are ready. Let's see. Did he? Guan Fu Sing's car still has what it takes. Now missing a wing. But with track is clear. So our judges have scored that round and they're going to go back to our starting blocks in order to continue the back end of this matchup. Track is clear. So our judges have scored that round and they're going to go back to our starting blocks in order to continue the back end of this matchup. Yeah, but... Yeah. Judges are ready, track is ready. Drivers can be sent at any time. Full send for Fu Sing and Admiral Taufik. Here at Drift Kings Asia, round number 2, brought to you by NDS, KBS, Exquisite Motorsport Club, Retro Havoc, MAM, Lansale Motorsport, Drift Shop, Adrenaline Impact, Rap District, Cargasm, and of course WeMoto and ASDF. Right now, Fu Sing's car is not where it needs to be. Where is Fu Sing's car? I can see it in the background over there. Admiral Taufik is back on the line. We're going to start our 5-minute timer. All right, judging by Drift King rules, in between the runs, lead and chase, you're not allowed to have the 5-minute break. So we're waiting for Fu Sing to get back to the starting line. Admiral Taufik looking happy, potentially. Doesn't have to fight this battle. Let's see. There are some intricate rules for Drift Kings, including Drift Kings Asia. So, we're seeing now what we can do with Fu Sing and the position he's in. So right now, under Drift King rules, it looks like we need to tell Admiral Taufik that it's going to be one more time between Guan Fu Sing in order to proceed. Let us see if that is indeed the case or not. We're right here waiting to find out who is going to get what position on the podium. But we've got problems with the cars.
I'm still at work. I won't be finished until about 7:30.
Right now we have our marshals out on the track discussing with our drivers what is going to happen and how they're going to move forward.
He wants to retire.
So right now I'm getting word from my marshals. There's Guan Fu Sing out of the line with Admiral Taufik. They've just been in talks, peace talks, let's say, but it looks like Guan Fu Sing is retiring and he's unable to continue, which is unfortunate, but it happens. So it looks like Admiral Taufik is one step closer to being on top of that podium. Let's see how it goes. Admiral Taufik will need to do a bye run, I believe, which means he needs to do one lap around the track. He doesn't need to drift, but if he does, that'll be pretty cool for us. Admiral Taufik in his S14 doing a bye run just for fun. Big, long, elongated handbrake into that first corner. Nice and deep into it he goes. Pushes that pedal, smokes those tires. Super close to the outside. Really hitting all those clips. Giving a really good show of what he's able to do. Beautiful run there from Admiral. As he comes back to the paddocks, tries a 360 and nearly messes it up. Oh my goodness. Maybe he's just making it very smoky. He's got a little bit of fuel left. That's extra weight. He doesn't want to have to take that home. So he's doing a burnout instead. And he is making the whole of KL base very smoky. Admiral Taufik, ladies and gentlemen. With all those pops and bangs. All right, I think it's time I get reunited. Get reunited with my co-host, Bullseye. Where you at, Bullseye? Do you have a mic? You don't have a mic? Okay, let me find a microphone for you somewhere. All right.
Yeah. Come in. Come back. Drop your card, come back.
Oh, we're still on the live stream. There you are. Hello. Once again, we're here at Drift Kings in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, at the base KL, Sungai Besi.
That's right. Runway base KL.
It's a nice big track, huge entry runway.
That's right.
I think our cars were hitting up to...
Cocok nih. Bagus nih. Tapi mahal.
2 kali sehari.
2 kali sehari.
Belanja di Shopee Live. Diskon murah jam 12 siang dan 8 malam. Dan 8 malam. Diskon Shopee Live termurah jam 12 siang dan 8 malam. Diskon murah di Shopee Live.
Get the lineup
Sorted
lined up
out.
properly. Yeah.
It's another way of him to tell you that I smell a little bit, quite bad actually, especially after the whole of the day, and he doesn't want to stay too close to me. So that's why he's been here and I've been over there.
That's right.
But now we've got to, wrap up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up, but we're gonna continue. We have our NDS dinner, annual dinner, and also awards night, which is happening right after Maghrib. So that's about around 7:30, 7:45-ish. So we're gonna crown the winners also tonight for round 2 Asia Drifting Cup.
Wonderful.
Drift Kings Asia Cup, and also the Super Cup, the first ever Super Cup, NDS Super Cup that we introduced this year, where we combine 4 different categories of NDS, Borneo, Light, and also the GP combined, and we have a surprising winner.
Right, yes.
Coming from Lights.
Yes, yes.
But we shall see. I don't have the final verdict.
It's very interesting, yes. Our judges have all the final verdicts. I know nothing. I'm just reading from the piece of paper.
Right.
So essentially, lots of interesting results to come tonight at the annual dinner.
Yep.
And of course, we'll be joining you guys on the live stream again tomorrow for Drift Kings round number 3.
Finale.
The finale
It's a
for
double round.
2023. That's
Double
right.
points.
Double points.
Yeah. So
Wow.
if you miss Korea, you still have this final round to redeem some extra points.
I see. So we got our Korean drifters coming in all the way from Korea. We have our overall Korean winner
That's right.
as well.
Yes,
so he's
Kim
coming.
Gi-bong, yeah.
Yes, he's coming to claim more points tomorrow.
right, yep.
So until tomorrow.
I think we'll be live also for tonight's dinner. So
Right.
yeah, Peter's gonna pass the trophies.
I am. Okay,
announce
that's
the winners.
wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
I'll see you there then.
See you.
Take care.
All
Brush
right.
your hair.
Be fast, have fun.
Welcome to Kicking Horse Golden, BC for stop number 3 of the Freeride World Tour 2023. Kicking Horse Mountain Resort sits high up in the Purcells, right on the border of the Rockies, towering over the beautiful Canadian town of Golden, BC, the champagne powder capital of Canada. This is its 5th year on the Freeride World Tour and has fast become a favorite of riders and fans alike. It's known for huge terrain, big lines, and is home to a whole range of freeride events. We've got juniors all the way up to the Freeride World Tour. My name is Derek Foos, and unfortunately for you, but fortunately for me, we've lost Anna Smoothie to an ankle injury, but we have the next best thing, big brother, legendary Freeride World Tour rider, Sam Smoothie. Sam, welcome to Kicking Horse.
I'm very happy to be here. Just was over the pass in Revelstoke and just thought I'd pop on over to say hello.
All right. Well, we're really stoked to have you and bring your unique take on the Freeride World Tour. We're going to have a quick look at the order of the day. We are going to be running our snowboard men first, starting at 8:30 a.m. That is very, very soon. Ski men going to be the second category, ski women, and then snowboard women rounding out the day. Sam, we switch the order every time when you were competing. Did you have kind of a favorite? Did you like to drop in the first category or wait till a bit later?
To be honest, to me, it kind of depended on the conditions and the venue. In terms of the show itself, I always thought it went quite well if we had some freshen up. The snowboarders went earlier. They can just put on such a great show in that, just throwing up those huge carves and airs, and leaving the skiers to mop up the mess.
Well, that's perfect because the snowboard men are dropping first today, and the ozone face in absolutely great shape. It dusted a nice little 5 centimeters last night. Here's our judges panel. This is the cream of the crop. Laurent Best, the commissioner of the Freeride World Tour. Rachel Croft, Freeride World Tour athlete and podium finisher. Laurent Gauthier finished on the podium in Verbier. He knows what he's doing. Bertie Deneveau, legendary, multiple wins on the back. And Jeff Holden going to be our video judge, Canadian icon in the Freeride World Tour, Freeride World, I should say. So we are ready, and they are ready.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see these guys.
Is definitely on.
The pressure for being under the cut, it's pretty intense. You know, it's make or break.
I'm under the cut and I want to try to make it. You have to be focused that if you want to stay, it's a war.
You might be wanting to push it harder to get a good result and risk it.
For my run, I feel like the cut will change it because I want to go big, but I also need a run that I can land. I have to win this next one.
Here at Kicking Horse, the cut looming over everything. There's a lot of riders, I'd say familiar faces on tour on the downhill side of the cut that are going to be looking to make a big splash on the face today. There's a lot of new riders, fresh faces, sitting way up in the rankings, so definitely a bit of a shakeup. But of course, with a ton of points on offer today, it's still all to play for. And as we heard there from Abel and Jess and Craig, they're not too worried about it, but they're definitely thinking about it.
Yeah, it's a veritable pressure cooker out there today with the third competition of the year. As you say, we've got riders really looking to stamp their mark to guarantee their spot into the final 2 stops or be sent back down to the Challenger Series. It's going to be really tough, especially with the conditions we have today.
Yeah, an intense day. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a look at the ozone face. Sam, run us through what we're looking at today.
All right, so here we have the ozone face. This is the 4th time the Freeride World Tour has competed here. As you can see, it's a wide, sweeping venue with numerous line options with a lot of spread across the face. It's a southeast aspect, which we've just had cross-loaded a little bit by a southerly wind, which is going to create a little bit of variability with the fresh snow being a bit deeper in some places. It's a 44-degree max angle on this slope, but that sort of changes a lot depending on whereabouts you are in the face. We've got 324 meters of vert, so it is one of the shorter venues, but it is packed with a bunch of technical features.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where the riders select to go. We've seen the riders left side, the sort of famous Craig Murray, Marcus Eder zone get a lot of play. The judges love that when the tricks go down. Some of the middle parts of the face, a little bit thinner. It's a slightly low tide snow year, so we've got some sharks, some rocks in those middle zones. The guts of the chutes are all in good shape, but the high points, the takeoffs are a little bit of a question mark. So we're going to see how that plays out today for the riders on the ozone face.
Here with Jess. What's up? How's it going?
I'm gonna single all the pepper.
It's gorgeous. I mean, I never seen it before.
Hot dogs.
겨울철 필수품이 된 카본 매트. 따뜻해지는 시간부터 전자파 측정, 실사용 리뷰까지 비교해봤어요. 인기 있는 카본 매트 3종 중 올겨울을 책임져줄 매트는 누가 될까요? 오늘의 제품, 오늘의 테스트. 오늘도 진짜 전부 다 샀어요. 구독과 좋아요를 보내주세요. 탐색 전 외형 비교. 첫 번째는 귀뚜라미예요. 크기는 이 정도이고 퀸 사이즈예요. 무게는 3kg이 조금 넘어요. 매트의 두께는 약 3.93mm입니다. 코드 길이는 3m가 조금 넘어요. 컨트롤러는 탈부착이 되고 따로 분리해 리모컨으로 사용이 가능해요. 충전은 C타입으로 할 수도 있고 마그넷 도킹으로 무선 충전도 가능합니다. 현재 온도, 설정 온도는 상단 표시창에 뜨고 분리 난방이 가능해 좌우 따로 설정해서 사용할 수 있습니다. 사용할 수 있는 모드는 일반, 찜질, 수면, 취침, 에코 모드가 있고 예약과 음량 조절이 가능해요. 소재는 텐셀 소재이고 탈취 향균 처리된 에어로실버, 큐어셀 원단을 사용하고 있어요. 매트 뒷면은 고정 밴드 따로 없이 앞뒷면 동일한 소재입니다. 바닥과 침대 모두 사용이 가능해요. 일반 난방 열선 모습, 그리고 분리 난방을 했을 때의 열선 모습입니다. 물세탁이 가능하고 세탁망과 보관 가방이 함께 들어있어요. 전용 어플을 깔아주면 스마트폰과 연결해 사용할 수 있습니다. 공식 홈페이지 퀸 사이즈 기준 40만 원대 후반입니다. 두 번째는 경동 나비엔입니다. 크기는 이 정도이고 퀸 사이즈예요. 무게는 3kg이 넘어요. 매트 두께는 약 3.88mm네요. 코드 길이는 3m 넘는 정도예요. 온도 조절은 플러스 마이너스 버튼으로 조절할 수 있고 컨트롤러를 통해 일반 난방과 분리 난방을 사용할 수 있어요. 그리고 전용 어플을 사용해주면 수면 모드 예약 설정을 사용할 수 있습니다. 소재는 벨로아 극세사이며 보건력이 좋은 PU 폼 소재가 들어있어요. 뒷면에 고정 밴드는 없고 극세사 소재로 미끄럼을 방지했어요. 역시 바닥과 침대 모두 사용이 가능합니다. 일반 난방 사용 시 열선 모습과 분리 난방을 사용했을 때 열선 모습입니다. 물세탁이 가능하고 전원 파우치와 보관 가방이 기본 구성품으로 들어있어요. 공식 홈페이지 퀸 사이즈 기준 30만 원대 중반입니다. 세 번째는 1월입니다. 크기는 이 정도이고 더블 사이즈예요. 무게는 2kg이 조금 넘고 매트 두께는 약 4.97mm로 가장 두툼하네요. 코드 길이는 약 2m입니다. 온도 조절은 플러스 마이너스 버튼으로 설정할 수 있고 온도는 1단계부터 5단계로 표시됩니다. 역시 분리 난방이 가능하고 타이머 기능이 있어요. 소재는 모달이고 패딩 솜이 내장되어 있습니다. 매트 뒷면은 고정 밴드 따로 없이 고무 패킹 처리가 되어 있습니다. 1월도 바닥과 침대 모두 사용이 가능해요. 일반 난방 사용 시 열선 모습과 분리 난방 사용 시 열선 모습도 확인해 보세요. 물세탁이 가능하고 보관 가방이 함께 있습니다. 공식 홈페이지 더블 사이즈 기준 10만 원대 중반입니다. 난방 성능, 온도 정확도 비교. 각 제품을 40도로 설정 후 침구류와 함께 30분 작동시켰을 때 설정 온도와 가장 근접한 온도의 제품을 찾아볼게요. 먼저 바닥 매트와 함께 뒷두라미부터 시작해볼게요. 이불도 잘 덮어주고 40도로 설정 후
40도씨로 좌우 난방이 설정되었습니다.
테스트 시작! (30분) 동안 작동시켜주고 온도를 확인해 볼게요. 매트 전체를 골고루 측정했을 때 약 32도가 측정됐어요. 다음은 경동 나비엔입니다. 이번에도 바닥 매트와 함께 시작해 볼게요. 이불을 덮어주고 40도로 설정 후 시작! 제한 시간이 끝나고 온도를 측정해 볼게요. 매트 전체를 골고루 측정해 봤을 때 약 33도입니다. 마지막은 1월이에요. 똑같은 매트와 이불을 깔아주고 3단계로 설정 후 시작해 보겠습니다. 30분 뒤 과연 온도는? 골고루 매트 온도를 측정해 봤을 때 약 31도가 측정됐어요. 세 개의 제품 중 온도가 가장 높았던 건 경동 나비엔이었습니다. 예열 시간 비교. 이어서 이번에는 각 제품을 45도로 설정 후 30분 작동시켰을 때 예열 시간을 체크해 볼게요. 먼저 귓두라미부터 시작해 보겠습니다. 바닥 매트와 함께 이불을 깔아주고 45도로 설정 후 작동 시작! 25도에서 시작했고 30도까지 도달하는 데 걸린 시간은 약 4분 52초 정도예요. 이어서 35도까지는 약 10분 4초 정도 걸렸네요. 그리고 40도까지는 약 25분 27초 정도 걸렸습니다. 제한 시간까지 40도를 유지했고 그 이상 올라가진 않았어요. 다음은 경동 나비엔입니다. 이번에도 같은 바닥 매트와 이불을 깔고 45도로 설정해 주겠습니다. 이번에도 25도에서 시작했고 30도까지 도달하는데 5분이 걸렸어요. 그리고 약 10분 30초쯤 35도에 도달했고 시간이 더 흘러 약 18분 31초쯤 40도에 도달했습니다. 이어서 제한시간 30분이 되었을 때 44.2도에 도달했습니다. 마지막은 1월입니다. 똑같이 바닥 매트와 이불을 깔고 4단계로 설정 후 시작해 보겠습니다. 이번에도 25도에서 시작! 약 6분 7초에 도달하자 30도가 되었고 14분 50초쯤 35도에 도달했어요. 그리고 제한시간 30분이 됐을 때 온도는 38.4도였습니다. 다시 보면 40도로 30분 작동시켜 온도를 바로 측정해봤을 때 측정 온도가 가장 높았던 건 경동 나비엔이었어요. 이어서 45도로 설정 후 예열되는 시간을 확인했을 땐 비교적 경동 나비엔의 속도가 빠른 편이었고요. 최종 온도 또한 설정 온도와 가장 근접했습니다. 전자파 측정. 이번엔 각 제품을 35도로 설정 후 사용했을 때 발생하는 전자파를 측정해 볼게요. EMF 인증은 의무가 아니지만 전자파를 무시할 수는 없어요. 귀뚜라미와 경동나비에는 EMF 인증을 받은 제품이고 1월은 자자파 강도 시험을 완료한 제품으로 세 개 모두 전자파에서는 안전함이 인증된 제품이에요. 그렇다면 실제로 어느 정도인지 측정해 볼게요. 먼저 귀뚜라미부터 측정해 보겠습니다. 35도로 설정하고 20분 동안 작동시켜준 뒤 매트부터 골고루 측정했을 때 전기장, 자기장은 측정되지 않았어요. 전원 연결 접속구도 봤을 때 측정되진 않았지만 컨트롤러에서는 측정이 되었어요. 다음은 경동 나비엔입니다. 이번에도 35도로 설정하고 20분 후 측정해 볼게요. 매트를 골고루 측정했을 때 이 정도 수치가 측정됐어요. 전원 연결 접속구는 이 정도가 측정됐네요. 컨트롤러에서도 측정값이 나왔어요. 끝으로 1월입니다. 이번에도 같은 세팅으로 시작해 볼게요. 매트부터 살펴봤을 때 측정 결과입니다. 그리고 전원 연결 접속구는 이 정도예요. 이어서 컨트롤러 측정 결과입니다. 전자파를 이루고 있는 전기장, 자기장을 측정했을 때 매트와 연결 접속구에서 귀뚜라미는 측정되지 않았지만 다른 두 제품은 측정이 되었어요. 그리고 컨트롤러에서는 세 제품 모두 측정이 되었지만 이 수치는 전자파 인체 보호 기준을 넘지 않았습니다. 또한 거리를 떨어뜨려 측정했을 때 그 수치가 낮아지는 모습을 보였습니다. 전력 측정. 각 제품을 평균적으로 많이 사용하는 35도로 설정한 뒤 1시간 동안 작동시켰을 때 전력 측정 값을 살펴볼게요. 그럼 각 제품을 35도로 설정해주고 모두 똑같이 시작해 보겠습니다. 제한 시간 1시간이 흐르고 과연 결과는? 세 제품은 각각 이 정도가 측정됐어요. 소음. 각 제품을 35도로 설정 후 작동시켰을 때 발생하는 소음을 측정해 볼게요. 먼저 귀뚜라미예요. 약간의 소음이 들리면서 약 43데시벨 정도 측정됐어요. 다음은 경동 나비엔입니다. 발생하는 소음은 아주 적은 정도였고 측정했을 때는 약 38데시벨 정도 나왔어요. 다음은 1월입니다. 마찬가지로 소음은 아주 적었고 약 38데시벨 정도 측정됐습니다. 실사용 리뷰. 이번엔 실제로 사용했을 땐 어떤지도 볼게요. 각 제품을 똑같이 35도로 설정하고 광한남이 직접 사용해봤을 때 후기를 들어보겠습니다. 먼저 귀뚜라미예요. 35도 설정 후 20분 정도 사용해볼게요.
첫 번째 제품은 누웠을 때 쿠션감이 약간 있다 정도로 느껴질 정도였지만 푹신한 정도는 아니었고요. 온도는 몸이 누워져 있는 닿아 있는 면은 온기가 느껴지긴 했지만 전체적으로 후끈해지거나 그런 따뜻함은 없었습니다.
다음은 경동 나비엔입니다. 이번에도 35도로 설정해주고 20분 정도 사용해봤어요.
두 번째 제품은 이 재질이 스웨이드 재질이라 좀 보들보들하고 두께감도 좀 느껴져서 쿠션감이 더 있다라고 생각이 들고요. 온도 역시 몸에 직접 닿는 부분도 그리고 이불에 덮어진 나머지 내부의 온기도 더 따뜻했다라고 생각합니다.
마지막은 1월입니다. 2단계로 설정하고 역시 20분 동안 사용해 볼게요.
세 번째 제품은 쿠션감이 약간은 느껴지는데 폭 안긴다라는 느낌은 다소 덜했습니다. 그리고 온도 같은 경우에는 몸에 직접적으로 닿는 부분은 첫 번째 제품보다는 따뜻했고 두 번째 제품보다는 따뜻하지 않았습니다.
보너스! 얼음물 녹이기. 재미로 알아본 테스트. 똑같이 얼린 물을 45도로 설정 후 20분간 녹였을 때 가장 많은 양을 녹인 제품을 찾아볼게요. 먼저 모두 같은 양으로 물을 얼려줬어요. 그럼 귀뚜라미부터 시작해보겠습니다. 시간이 흐르고 과연 얼음물은 얼마나 녹았을까요? 녹은 물을 모두 털어내준 후 측정해보면 약 30g 정도 녹였어요. 이어서 경동 나비엔입니다. 제한 시간 20분이 지나고 확인해 볼게요. 녹인 물을 덜어내고 측정해보니 약 70g 줄었습니다. 마지막 1월이에요. 과연 1월은 어느 정도 녹았을까요? 녹은 양은 덜어내고 측정해보니 50g 녹였습니다. 카본 매트 최종 결과입니다. 먼저 각 제품의 난방 성능을 살펴봤을 때 온도는 경동 나비엔이 가장 높았고 예열 시간도 경동 나비엔이 빠른 편이었어요. 이어서 전자파를 측정해봤을 때 귀뚜라미의 수치가 3개 중 비교적 낮은 편이었지만 세 제품 모두 기준치를 넘진 않았습니다. 전력 사용에서는 1월의 수치가 낮았으며 발생하는 전기료 또한 낮은 금액이었고 소음은 경동 나비엔과 1월이 더 조용했지만 실사용을 했을 때 모두 거슬리진 않았습니다. 재미로 알아본 얼음물 녹이기에서는 경동 나비엔이 더 많은 양을 녹여냈어요. 끝으로 광한남의 후기와 금액도 살펴보세요. 그럼 광고 안 받는 리뷰 광안리 다음 시간에 또 만나요.
Di sini Anda akan menemukan solusi 95% untuk masalah. Ketahanannya luar biasa, Anda bisa tidur dengannya selama berjam-jam tanpa merasa lelah. Di sini Anda akan menemukan
All right, well, some nervous moments at face check. Always a bit of a stressful time for the riders as they're just trying to unlock the Da Vinci Code on any given face. And we're running relatively early in the competition window, so definitely not as much time as some of the riders might have liked to take a look. But we're going to take a look right now at where we're sitting in Snowboard Men in the big picture overall. We've got Ludo Guillot-Diat with a commanding lead, 16,400 points. Michael Mann with that win in Spain, kind of cementing his spot. And Jonathan Penfield jumping way up after a tough start. And then we've got, some really familiar faces down a little bit lower. Camille Armand, who was in the hunt last year for the overall title, is sitting on the tough side of the cut. So I think we're going to see, some riders coming out swinging, and we may see a little bit of a little bit of delicate riding from some of the guys sitting a little bit higher who are already sitting on 2 results. Do you think they strategize like that, or are they just going to go for it anyway?
I think it can come down to the athlete. I know a few athletes definitely love a few strategies, little mind games, and some of them will be looking to cement their place, whereas others, they're more intrinsically motivated.
All right, well, let's take a look at the order they're going to be dropping in. Our start list today looks like this.
So we have Liam Rivera dropping first from Mexico, followed by Enzo Nilo. After that, we have Hans Minich from the USA, Jonathan Penfield, down to Ludovic Guillot-Diat, Holden Samuels, Michael Morn, and brought home by Camille Armand.
Yeah, Cammy definitely going to be looking to make a big splash here. He's definitely looking for a big result. His last event in Andorra definitely did not go as planned. A massive scorpion, and he actually had a bit of a back injury out of that. So hoping that he's going to come back firing. We weren't sure if he was even going to show up. So let's see what you guys thought at home. The Peak Performance Fun Bet fan favorites. Ludo Guillot-Diat shooting up the rankings with 64% of you guys thinking he is going to finish on the podium. Michael Mann, I mean, that's that's an easy one, kind of. He's definitely been on fire so far this year. And Camille Armand, the folks at home backing the Frenchman to come back swinging.
Yeah, what a handsome group of devils as well. Look at them. Just big grins across their faces.
Yeah.
I imagine those grins might be a little more serious right now.
Happy to be out here free riding. You can see hugs all around. Liam Rivera is going to be the first man to drop as he's just kind of getting those last-minute preparations. I mean, the nerves are starting to fire. The heart rate's going up now. It's go time. It's crunch time. We've got the cut looming. Our first rider's just about to drop in.
Oh man, like I can feel it. Like I can feel it like I used to be in the gate. You know, obviously this is more about me. You know, this is why we're all here. But this is that moment where you just feel your heartbeat riding up, and you've been waiting, you've been scheming, you've been plotting, and it all comes down to this.
Yeah, you were saying this morning on our gondola ride up that you're feeling a lot better about our spot in the booth than the rider spot in the start gate. What's that feel like? I mean, those last seconds before you drop in, the intensity of it.
Yeah, the intensity is huge. I found I always tried to kind of forget a little bit and just kind of relax, enjoy the surroundings as if it's a normal day in the mountains with my friends. But it's about here that it's pretty hard to ignore. This is about to get super serial.
Yeah, just about to get real. And for the riders, having that routine to go through at the start to get themselves into the mindset for performance to try to keep it, like you said, as normal as possible. It's just snowboarding, and these guys are really good at snowboarding. So if they can just do it as normal as possible, then they're going to have success. So Liam Rivera, 23 years old, a rookie Mexican rider, the first Mexican rider on the Freeride World Tour, and the first Mexican rider on a podium, and the first man dropping here at Kicking Horse. Stop number 3 on the Freeride World Tour is underway.
Oh my gosh, that looks glorious. Don't you just want to give that little wind drip a tickle? I am absolutely pumped to see how this kicks off. Look at that view.
Yeah, so Liam just making his way down the ridge. As we said, we're going to have riders going all over the face, some hard riders left, and Liam opting for way down to the riders right. We've got the ridge kind of protected by this cornice, so the riders are going to need to know exactly where they are, and finding landmarks when you're on the uphill side of a cornice is definitely tricky. Liam, it looks like the snow conditions absolutely fantastic up on the ridge top.
Yeah, that's the thing with this sort of also making me like a blind rollover, which can make picking exactly where you're going to drop in pretty devoid of landmarks. And he's going away riders right, pretty close to where we saw the Forerunner.
Yeah, all the way down there. You can see some old tracks there as Liam now into the guts of it and starting off with a bang. Already 2 features and a 360. Perfect powder landing. Oh, what a way to start this comp.
Oh, look at that little hips. He's gone front 3 to back 3. Liam being a regular rider, just whacking that snow up as he descends into the shade.
So Liam holding on to a 7th and a 3rd and sitting in 5th overall. So he is the man on the line for the cut. And I feel like he's done a really nice job of making his claim to get himself into the Freeride World Tour Finals. 2 events coming up still. Fieberbrunn with the 2-run format. And then, of course, the grand finale on the Bec des Roses in Verbier. Looking like Liam didn't carry quite enough steam there. Let's take a look at this replay.
This entrance, I really love that. Getting the grab there, nice little bit of bone as well. Front 3 off that feature and just absolutely bolts landing. I'd almost like to see the start of that. I think, did he half cab in?
Well, we'll have another look. So judges' lines there, fluidity, control and technique, absolute maxing, line fluidity, air and style, 2 360s, both spinning both directions. Liam all smiles, face covered in snow, but not from falling, but just from white rooming himself. I think that's going to give the riders who are stacked up at the start gate a huge morale boost.
Yeah, I totally agree. And just look at that face. That is a happy little camper. Just pulling up his Verbier Four Valleys buff there. Just how many people in this field are skiing out of Verbier now?
All right, score coming in for Liam Rivera, 75.67. So the judges definitely, they're loving it. That's a solid score for the first rider of the day. And now we're going to see where the other riders stack up to Liam's run as he takes a spot in the Dynastar hot seat. And we'll see if he settles in for a long haul or a short haul, as the rest of the riders up in the start gate definitely keen to take on that spot.
Yeah, dropping first is always an interesting one with nothing else for the judges to gauge against often setting that first score when it's a clean run with good airs and features like we saw there can be really difficult. I think that's actually quite a great score to start off things.
Yeah, I agree. So we go right back up to the top. We've got Enzo Nilo. Enzo was a very, very last-minute call-up, a wild card to join the tour, and he's made a splash already, sitting on a 6th and a 5th. Riding on a team, but he's actually from Biarritz, so that surfy style that he rides with probably formed, honed, and forged in the waves off of the coast of Biarritz. Sitting in 6th right now, so Enzo, he's looking for a solid score here to get him just over that line and inside the cut for Freeride World Tour Finals. Crunch time here at Kicking Horse, and it's still all to play for.
Yeah, it is crunch time indeed. Let's see how hungry young Enzo is.
All right, well, Enzo Nilo, 29 years old. He's been making his way. He's been filming a bunch. We've seen him on the qualifier tour and making his way onto the big stage here with a wild card super last minute. He had about a week and a half to prepare. And Enzo Nilo, he is on course and looking to make a splash.
Yeah, really great to see him getting a good cheer from his other competitors there as he makes his way down the rider's right ridge. Enzo, of course, riding regular, so let's see if he's going to pull out a few little tricks from his deep little baggie as well.
Yeah, it kind of feels like, especially after seeing Liam spin both ways, I think that's going to be pretty mandatory, and the conditions the way they are. I mean, just watching Liam land the splash that he made in the powder, definitely gonna lend itself to some big tricks. So heading down the cornice, just looking for his entry here as Enzo Nilo now airing in, and he is on course.
Yeah, and this is one of the interesting parts of the zone. I was really curious to see how many riders are going here. You can see it's quite technical. It's one of the steepest parts of the entire face. He's working his way down to this drop, nailing that takeoff and the landing.
Straight off the nose there, and now coming in onto the spine on top of and look, just getting hooked up on his heel side edge. That is an unfortunate tumble, and gotta give, popped a little pocket there on the rider's right side. And Enzo going out to the left, spinning at 360, so looking to salvage a bit from this run.
Wow, that's an incredible way to just recover things. Just, I'm just going to chuck another front three, cut a pocket. Yeah, really interesting run there. You could see the intent. He was sort of going for a nose butter on that ridge, but I do wonder, being on the windward side, was that maybe not the spot for that?
Yeah, I mean, we can kind of see, as you said in the face preview, Sam, the face is cross-loaded, so the wind's been blowing effectively from left to right across the face, and Enzo just getting a little caught up there. Maybe we could have a look and see if we can catch what happened.
I love this shot. This is such a great shot of like the down angle of that zone. You can see just how steep that was. How's that landing? Yeah, right there. Just hooking that heel side edge. Hopefully he didn't take a little rock to the body.
Yeah, I think... I was wondering if he got sharked there because a lot of the high points, the snow's a little bit thinner, but I think he just didn't complete the rotation there and the heel side edge caught, and unfortunately, that's a tricky little situation to get out of once you're in it.
Yeah, and you can see that there with the judging criteria, controlling fluidity and technique, taking a little bit of a hammering for that.
Yeah, in the red. So Enzo Nilo into the finish area, checking the base of his board. As, wondering if that was a shark catch or just a heel side edge catch. So tough day at the office for Enzo as he was hoping for more, and it was such a strong start. Really cool to see. I haven't seen many people in that area, that section of the face. In other years, either the cornice is too big or the rocks are completely covered, so there's not even a feature, but I really like that one, straight off the nose. So Enzo Nilo now gonna make his way over as we wait for the judges. I don't think that's going to trouble Liam in the hot seat, as we saw.
But I think we can see there as they examine his board, that it did look like he hooked a solid shark on that. I mean, being from Biarritz, you'd hope he'd be a bit used to that.
38.67 is the score from the judges, so Liam holding off one big challenger there in Enzo Nilo. as he takes his spot back in the hot seat. So Liam, it's been quite a journey. In the first event, it didn't really work out. He had a fall, and then he was on the podium in the second event. Now he finds himself in the hot seat. So this kid on an upward trajectory right now in his Freeride World Tour journey.
Yeah, exactly. He's got 6 more bullets to judge before he can call himself the fastest drawer on the West out here in Kicking Horse. It's time to get bucked.
Get bucked indeed. As we head back up to the top, Goofy rider Hans Midnick, brother of former World Tour champion Nils Midnick. And Hans has been, he's had some tough luck so far. Some odd runs, some weird falls. He had an 8th, and then he was 4th in Andorra, so a little bit closer to what he was looking for. Hailing from Stowe out east in Vermont, but riding out of Baker right now. He's been a champion at the legendary Mount Baker banked slalom. He's got the ultimate board control. Hans Midnick, I think, is looking for a little bit more than what we've seen. I don't think we've seen his full array of riding yet. 29, rookie, a wild card on the tour. He's been around the snowboard scene for a long time, well known in the sort of pro shred world, and definitely looking forward to Hans. I think this is going to suit his riding a lot better. We've seen some tricky conditions at the other events, but powder, that's got to be Hans' bread and butter.
Yeah, and speaking of bread and butter, that goatee is absolutely saucy. A lot better than his brother's thin little excuse for a mustache. And he's going out to Zone D, which I'm actually quite excited to see a bit of a spread of different line choice here.
Yeah, definitely many options, and so far we have 3 riders on the face and opting for 3 completely different lines, so that's really exciting for us. It's a little bit thin up top here, so the riders, we're going to see them maybe going a little slower than you might expect, but that's, I'd say, the sensible move in this position.
Yeah, Lolo from the judges just informing them that they've asked the riders just to take it easy here. They're not going to be judged until they drop into their line properly. It is a veritable Discovery Challenge Shark Week, as we see. Commentators curse. I'm so sorry.
Just dropping the nose under the snow. Probably, yeah, as you said, hooking up on a rock there as he is over some serious exposure.
Yeah, you can see that is a definite no-fall zone. He's just working his way around. I don't think that fall's going to... I don't want to put words in the mouth. You know, I don't want to put anything in Lolo's mouth. But I don't think that's going to come into it, because I think it's now he's on course.
All right, well, going for the 180 there and down, unfortunately. So a tough start for the run here for Hans Midnick, as he's still making his way through. Going to be looking to salvage a little bit as he gets into the meat of it.
Yeah, just snatching a little bit of tail there as well with that last air, which was a lovely piece of style. And just working his way through these mini Christmas trees. He's shopping for Santa.
And coming down over the big dog here at the bottom, Hans is going to have to point it if he doesn't. Oh, and he does, right off the top ropes. Clean landing there for Hans Midnick.
Oh, look at that turn out the bottom, dropping into the shadows. Really liked the end of that run. That is, I'm sure Hans is immensely frustrated by how that's gone, because you could really see how close he was to putting that all together.
Oh, his board just came to a dead stop, and you could actually see in the track there he exposed a rock.
And I believe that was a 180 off that one there as well. So he's trying to bring the tricks in, trying to bring in a bit of switchery. You can see even the takeoff there, basically negative takeoff with the Sharks basically riding rock.
Yeah, you can see his board ripple, and then a great finish as he just connects with the transition at the bottom of that. So fluidity control and technique way down. That's an unfortunate one for Hans Midnick. And you know, we saw it in face check chatting to the riders. There was a lot of indecision on where to go because they were worried about that exact thing, because we're dealing with slightly thinner snowpack, and with the 5 centimeters of beautiful champagne powder on top of it now, some of the rocks that you could see before, now you can't. So it's a bit of a roll of the dice going into that more, I guess, more exposed zone, because the situation with the rock is just a big question mark.
Yeah, given the amount of rock exposed at the moment, it could have been a bit better if they'd asked for a slightly denser snowfall, you know. I mean, you've got a denser commentator and myself filling in, so maybe if we could have lined those up, it would have been good.
So 34 there for Hans, an unfortunate finish. He's got a piece of tree dangling off his backpack, I think, just to keep his connection with nature. So Hans into the finish, and that is not going to bother Liam Rivera. So another big bullet dodged. And Liam sitting pretty there. Mexican rider in the hot seat, loving it so far today.
Yeah, but it's time to spin the barrel and see who's next up in the chamber. Up top, we have one of the big hitters from this season, Jonathan Penfield.
Yeah, John Powell, he lives in Squamish. He is officially riding under an American flag. He's a scientist, a biochemist, probably, we've been calling him the smartest man on the Freeride World Tour, and also incredibly strong rider. He had a bit of a tough start with a fall, I'd say an uncharacteristic fall in Bakira, but then came back swinging in Andorra on the podium in second place. He's got a title on the Bec de Ross in Verbier. Jonathan losing his spot on the tour a couple years ago, going back through the qualifiers in the Challenger Series last year, winning his spot back on tour handily, and then proving at the last event that this is right where he belongs. And they call him John Powell, so I think he's going to be happy on the face today with this nice dusting of powder. Hopefully going to be able to dodge the swarm of sharks we've seen. 5 years on the tour, 35 years old. Jonathan Penfield just getting ready to kick things off, and he's pretty stoked on this conditions, on this run, and on this face.
Yeah, exactly. A quite unassuming guy. I'm a big fan of Jonathan's style. He just lets his riding do the talking, which is an absolute cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason.
That's right. These stereotypes come into play, and as you said, you'll never hear him talking about the cool stuff he does, but if you watch his pillow lines on Instagram, he's always out there getting after it. He's got such a nice snow touch with his board. You can see kind of just the soft ankles, you know, other riders kind of getting skipped over those wind features, and his board just tracking on the snow.
Yeah, you got to have those soft ankles. I've been no good at that. Mine are absolutely rubbish. Now, he's making his way down here into that far looker's left side, just popping past a wet, just saying we hi on the way past. Let's see where he's going to drop in. Just noticing just how much of a rollaway that is from the top of the ridge there. Looks like he might be lining up something similar to Liam.
Yeah, it's good. You see these riders, they'll make that heel side turn so they can spot where they are in the corner. So John Powell now right into the heart of it. This is a hot start.
One way in, no way out.
Nice little double there, lining up the same air as Liam, going for the front three, sticking it into the powder. Oh, this is looking like the zone that you want to play in.
Oh, nice little hip air there, getting the grab as well. Not going back-to-back spins, though.
Yeah, for sure. The judges are going to notice that air and style, one of the categories that they are looking at, and you know, definitely maybe slightly more technical entrance airing onto that first pad that Liam aired off, so adding a little bit of technicality to his line, but the freestyle element for sure coming into play, but a solid run, and you know, just from observation at this point, it looks like that looker's right side delivering a slightly better snow quality.
Yeah, I think indeed. Look at this here, nice piece of sluff in the background, getting the grab there, slashing it up, lining the next one up immediately. Front three, no grab as far as I could see. I wouldn't quite say as stylish as Liam's one, and maybe that takeoff's been a little bit hacked. Getting yet another grab, buzzed by the drone, just laying it down. Very soft, elegant style. Mozart on the mountains.
So smooth. I really like that kind of lip smack to cross hill air there for John Powell. So we see the judging criteria, just a nice straight line all the way down, line fluidity control, air and style and technique. Those are the categories the judges are working with and working on, that they're going to be matching the riding to, going through every little detail in the run, comparing it to Liam's run, comparing it to the criteria to drop a score on it. You can see they're getting to work. All of those criteria factor in, equally important, and definitely John Powell kind of ticking all the boxes.
Yeah, suspiciously even across the board there with each category. I'm kind of thinking that J Powell has gone a little bit mad scientist, tactician style here, and is just holding a little bit back. He needs a replacement result for that fifth. He's in second now with the 70 points, which is a really solid score again, but just under Liam.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense with what we saw. We saw Liam spinning both ways, maybe a slightly more attacking, kind of aggressive